The director of Pokémon Legends ZA has recently been revealed. Many people were expecting the head director of the highly anticipated game to be Eevee, Omori, or Irao, as they have had a hand in directing a large majority of the recent mainline games. However, unexpectedly, neither of the two are the head director of Pokémon Legends ZA, with Famitsu, a popular news source for all things gaming in Japan, recently announcing that the head director of the game is Tochigi Haruki. But what does this mean not only for Pokémon Legends ZA, but for the Pokémon game franchise as a whole? In this video, we will discuss exactly that, while looking at Tochigi's history, translating some of his public comments, and seeing how fans reacted to this important announcement. Tochigi's appointment as head director for Pokémon Legends ZA surprised many. Irao and Omori have directed most of the recent Pokémon games, and before the shift to his current role, Masuda also directed many games. Tochigi is a newer name. His lead on this big game is unexpected. But despite the fact that Mr. Tochigi's name is new to many Pokémon fans, it does not mean he is undeserving of this new position. Actually, the fact that he is a new person sitting in the Pokémon director's chair could actually end up being something hugely beneficial for both Pokémon fans and the Pokémon franchise. Mr. Tochigi has a long history of credits, starting his credited career with the company Level 5, working on the map design and 3D map models for the 2008 game Inazuma 11. Following this, he once again worked on map design and map models for Inazuma 2, before shifting over to acting as an environment artist for the games White Knight Chronicles and White Knight Chronicles 2. And the last game he worked on as a member of the Level 5 team was the 2011 game Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask in the artwork department. So even in Level 5 alone, Mr. Tochigi gained various experience working in different fields of game development in 3 very different game series. After finishing work at Level 5 and joining Game Freak, his first project was as the leader of 3D map graphics for the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire games. Following this, he continued to gain experience in various fields during the development of other games, working on character designs and 3D map graphics for the Sun and Moon games, 3D map graphics on the Let's Go games, before finally starting to land director roles in games such as Little Town Hero as the art director. Pokémon Legends Arceus saw Mr. Tochigi take on quite a few important roles, CG director, as well as the lighting and field design lead. And finally, most recently he acted as a section director for the Scarlet and Violet games. Having officially joined Game Freak in 2013, in around 12 years, Mr. Tochigi has diligently worked on many games, while gaining more experience as time passed. Looking at his resume, it cannot be argued for that he is undeserving of the role as a director, as he has clearly cultivated a vast knowledge on many different areas of game development throughout his career. The announcement of Mr. Tochigi's role as the director of Pokémon Legends ZA was made during the Famitsu 2024-2025 Game Awards, which saw Legends ZA awarded as the most anticipated game of 2025. During the live stream of the event, a comment from Mr. Tochigi was read. In the comment, he expressed how much it was an honor to receive such award. And as it was before any gameplay video was published, it shows just how high everyone's expectations for this game is. He goes on to say that everyone in the development team has been working very hard in order to make Legends ZA. He says that it's coming soon and urges us all to wait just a little bit more. He then explains that the Legends games are where Game Freak can implement new challenges. And like Legends Arceus before, there will be new surprises for players playing through Legends ZA, joking that the game will undergo a mega evolution by bringing in such elements such as a new battle system and new ways to explore an urban map. He finishes his comment by saying that the final touches for the game are happening now, so please look forward to a new adventure in Lumiere City, ending with another thank you. Following the stream, Mr. Tochigi posted on Twitter, once again expressing his gratitude and promised to deliver a good game. This tweet was responded to by many with positive comments, congratulations and praise. Looking at all of the comments, it shows that Mr. Tochigi is well respected for all of his various work up until this point. Furthermore, a real sense of hope can be felt. It seems like many fans are excited to see what a new director can bring to Pokémon. Seeing a new director as a possible chance to see new gameplay elements, a new level of quality, and much more. It truly seems like the Legends games are where Game Freak and the Pokémon Company feel like they can try new things. In Legends Arceus, we started to see a shift towards a more flexible battle system and new gameplay mechanics, such as ball throwing, crafting, etc. And as mentioned in Mr. Tochigi's comment to Famitsu, as well as what we saw in the Pokemon Day Presents trailer, we can certainly expect to see further testing and trialing of new gameplay mechanics in Legends ZA. I personally think that the total removal of turn-based battles alone is a huge thing, something that I never realistically expected to see in a Pokemon mainline game. As the director of Legends ZA, it's safe to assume that Mr. Tochigi played a crucial role in making and implementing these changes and ideas. In an older article published on the Game Freak recruitment website, Mr. Tochigi talked of how even though he started as a background artist working on 2D and 3D models, he eventually began to become interested in game planning, and how it was Game Freak's Gear project, a project where Game Freak employees are encouraged to submit game ideas, even non-Pokemon related ideas, that made him make the choice to leave his former workplace and enter Game Freak. In the same article, Mr. Tochigi spoke of his experience as the art director of Little Town Hero, a Gear project game. While talking about the game's development, he explained that he wanted to do as much as he could possibly do. So not only was he in charge of backgrounds, which is his specialty, but also character designs, UI and PR designs. Mr. Tochigi then went on to explain that a Gear project game is created by a small team of people, so decisions are made fast. Additionally, every specialist involved requires specific skills, but even then the game planning and system aspects are decided together by all members through discussion. Hopefully this type of game planning and teamwork from creating the Gear project game, Little Town Hero, are something that has been included in the making of Legends ZA. I think that the game will only benefit from having more young and upcoming people within the company, making suggestions and sharing ideas, and actually having them be listened to and considered. Another thing to consider with Mr. Tochigi's appointment as the director of Legends ZA is who will be the head director of the expected new Generation 10 games. Originally, many people assumed that Eevee, the director of Legends Arceus, would be the director of Legends ZA, with Omori working as the director of the new Gen 10 games. But this leaves several possibilities open. Is one of them perhaps working on the Gen 10 game, while the other is working on a completely different project? Or perhaps an even more out there possibility. Neither of them will be the director of the Gen 10 game, and instead, like Mr. Tochigi, the role of director could be going to someone different and unexpected, in a changing of the guard's moment. So without doubt, although surprising, Mr. Tochigi's role as director of Pokemon Legends ZA is well deserved. He seems very hardworking and highly respected. We can only hope that due to his history on the Gear project game, as well as his own previous history, that he has been open-minded in hearing and implementing the ideas of others. Furthermore, if Legends ZA is seen as a successful project in terms of sales and fan reception, we may see more work not only from Mr. Tochigi, but perhaps other up-and-coming directors. Maybe it's overly hopeful to be saying this, but perhaps this could be a sign of a new fresh breath of air and the beginning of a new era for the Pokemon Company as it moves closer to entering its 30th year. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please let me know in the comments what are your hopes and wishes for Legends ZA. And if you liked this video, please consider pressing that like button and subscribing. I also have a lot of other Pokemon Legends ZA content, as well as various other types of content if you're interested. But for now, it's time for me to say bye bye, mata ne!